hell's that? Sounds like another riot.
God, come on.
You bastard!
What the hell's happening?
I don't know, but it's everywhere. It's in the laundry, in the workshop, in maternity.
Are they actually rioting?
Well, no, there's no sign of any violence, just this terrible noise.
What blazes are they up to?
Look, it could be a diversion.
Right, lock the security gates. Contact Mrs. Davidson.
Right.
Don't be stupid.
Bugger off, pal. Just bugger off or I'll smash your face.
And you know where that'll get you?
It'll get rid of you for starters.
Why don't you stop?
Shut up!
No!
Just shut up! Let me think!
You and Smart must be pretty good friends for you to risk something like this. Attempted escape, assaulting an officer, they'll throw the key away.
And the loose end, have I?
Just put that down and there'll be no assault charge. Come on, it's up to you.
I thought you'd never get here.
I hope you have a good explanation for this, Smith.
I'll explain what's going on here, Mrs. Davidson, if you explain why Helen Smart's in the pound.
Mr. Faulkner, take Smith to my office. Mrs. Morris, Officer Sharp, would you go to the workroom, please? Mrs. Ward is there by herself.
Come on, Smith. Move it.
Well, I hope this hasn't all been for nothing.
Mrs. Davidson, here's the reason for the disturbance. Caught Gaffney trying to break into solitary with them.
What were you trying to achieve, Gaffney? Very well, bring her to my office, Mrs. Powell.
Carol Lewis is due in court this morning. I did promise Jennifer I'd be there.
Oh, yes, of course. Well, off you go. We can manage. Come along, Gaffney. Now, Gaffney, explain what you were doing in solitary.
The noise was getting too much for me. I wanted to find somewhere quiet.
Oh, all right, cut it out. Maybe this is our chance to get an answer to a few questions. Mrs. Davidson, we want to know why you've got...
I'll ask the question, Smith. It's about time you realise the prisoners do not run Wentworth. Now, I would like to know why you were carrying on like this.
All right, I'll tell you why. Because we were stupid enough to think there was some justice left in this world.
Meaning?
Meaning you've got Helen Smart locked in solitary and you've lost the key.
It's for her own protection.
Ball dust.
Shut up. Protection? Who are you protecting her from? Us?
As you very well know, there were drugs involved.
There were drugs involved because some bigwig called Stanfield had them set up in Helen's flat.
Do you have any proof of that?
No, none. And we can never get any unless someone can help her. But what chance has she got? Stanfield's got everyone on the payroll. Even her solicitor backed out the minute she mentioned his name.
She had a solicitor at her hearing.
Oh, someone she met 5 minutes before the trial. That's terrific. She needs him now, Mrs. Davidson. Helen has been in solitary for 4 days. Now, that's not legal. Well, maybe you're getting a secret pay packet as well.
How dare you say that?
Why shouldn't I? At least you can defend yourself. Helen can't.
Mr. Faulkner, take them back.
Come on.
And then assemble all the women in the recreation room. I'll be there shortly.
Come on, move it.
Julie, would you get Helen Smart's solicitor on the phone, please?
Well, you were a lot of use. You could have at least said something.
No need. I agree with Mrs. Davidson. I think you're mad trying what you did.
Helen needs help, and how the hell is she going to get it if the authorities don't give it to her? Didn't you hear a word I said in there?
The evidence against
was rigged. Now, we could prove that with outside help. Are you with us or against us?
Is everything all right?
Yes, how's the workroom? Any trouble?
No, it's all quiet there. I'm just going to report to Mrs. Davidson. Is she in her office?
Yeah, she is, but not for long. She wants to speak to the women in the rec room.
Well, I better hurry.
Come on, move it.
Yes, I'm afraid I agree with you. Well, thank you for your time, Mr. Saunders. Goodbye. Yes.
I just want to report that law and order has been restored and everything's quiet.
Well, I wonder if it will stay that way when they hear what Helen Smart's solicitor had to say.
Is that what all this is about? Helen Smart?
Yes, I'll tell you on the way to the recreation room. And in future, I suggest you all think more carefully before doing anything quite so stupid again.
Why is Helen Smart still in the pound?
Of course, I realise it may have been one person's idea, and that the rest of you were all forced into going along with it.
That's enough!
Nevertheless, you will all be punished. Perhaps it will make you think for yourselves and not play follow the leader.
Well, that's not true, Mrs. Davidson. We all did have a hand in it. No one let us. And we'll all keep doing it again until Helen Smart gets a fair go.
I said that's enough, Judy.
It's quite all right, Mrs. Morris. Bryant, what makes you think that Smart was not getting a fair go?
You gotta be kidding. First of all, her trial was fixed. Then she's bunged into solitary so she can't appeal. I bet her solicitor doesn't know about it.
Well, that's where you're quite wrong. I have just spoken to her solicitor.
And?
He informed me that on the evidence presented at her trial, she has no hope of getting an appeal.
Sorry I'm late. There was trouble at work.
Oh, it's all right. They're running a bit late here, too.
How are you feeling? Not nervous, are you?
Little.
She'll be right. All you've got to do is get up and tell the truth, darling.
Dad says she'll be right once more. I'll scream.
It will be all right.
Dad.
Listen, whatever happens, you're not going to forget what they did to you, are you?
I can't forget what he did to me, Mum. How can I? He would have killed me if Carol hadn't.
Look, that's what you mustn't say because they won't understand. They'll make her out to be some sort of hero, don't you see that?
What lie, Mum?
No, of course you won't. That's not...
All rise. All persons having business before this honourable court, stand nigh and you shall be heard. God save the Queen.
The first case in the list is the Attorney General against Caroline Frances Lewis. I've been informed that the charge of murder has been withdrawn and a charge of manslaughter substituted in its place. I'm further advised that the defendant has decided to plead guilty to this charge. Is that correct, Mr. Barton?
Yes, Your Honour. They are my instructions.
In that case, I see no further impediment in this matter. I'm in your hands, Mr. Prosecutor.
I wish to call Mr. Peter Keogh.
Call Mr. Peter Keogh.
But if there's no grounds for an appeal, that's it, isn't it? I mean, Mrs. Davidson wouldn't lie, would she?
Well, that's not the point. If we could get someone on the outside to have a look at Helen's bank account, she'd get an appeal so fast and make your head spin. But don't worry, I haven't given up yet. Hell, we haven't even started.
Hi.
What's all this then?
Ta-da! A big bucket of beautiful booze.
Yeah, and guess who carried it all the way here from the boiler room while Tinkerbell here struggled under the enormous weight of 12 empty plastic bottles.
Stop moaning and watch the door.
Plastic bottles. Now, where did you get those from?
Oh, well, see, I knew you'd all be dying for a drink, so I didn't think you'd mind if I emptied the shampoo out of your bottles.
Oh, I feel like it'd be a rinse.
What else was a girl to do?
Faulkner.
Oh, put it in the dryer, quick. Oh, well, if it isn't the department's yes man.
All right, B, that's enough. You don't play fair, do you? I have helped you in the past.